You roll over at 6:30 a.m., slap the snooze button for the third time, and finally drag yourself upright 20 minutes later feeling like you've been hit by a freight train of fog. But high-energy people, those infuriating friends who bounce out of bed ready to conquer marathons before breakfast, swear by 3 morning habits that prime dopamine skyrocket focus 4 times longer than coffee alone, and turn groggy 20-somethings into productivity machines, starting with hydration sequencing the moment your feet hit the floor because overnight, dehydration shrinks brain volume by up to 2%, according to a 2018 University of Connecticut study, reducing reaction time and memory recall by 21%. So the first habit is the 16-ounce water chug within 60 seconds of waking, room temperature or slightly warm to avoid shocking the vagus nerve, followed immediately by a pinch of Himalayan pink salt on the tongue or stirred into the glass because sodium-potassium balance reignites cellular energy faster than any espresso, restoring blood volume and delivering oxygen to a starved prefrontal cortex in under 5 minutes, while a 2021 Journal of Nutrition trial showed salted hydration cut perceived fatigue 35% versus plain water alone. Next comes light exposure within the first 10 minutes, because your suprachiasmatic nucleus, the brain's master clock, needs 10,000 lux of natural sunlight or a 10,000 lux therapy lamp to suppress melatonin and trigger serotonin conversion into wake-up dopamine. And a 2017 NASA study on astronauts found 30 minutes of bright light advanced circadian rhythm by 2 hours, and increased alertness 67% compared to dim indoor bulbs. So high-energy people fling curtains wide or step onto balconies even on cloudy days because diffused daylight still hits 1,000, 2,000 lux. Then they layer the third habit, micro-movement stacking, because static waking keeps the reticular activating system in sleep mode. But a 90-second burst of jumping jacks, air squats, or shadowboxing spikes, heart rate to 100 beats per minute, floods the bloodstream with brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, and grows new neural connections faster than caffeine ever could, with a 2019 Frontiers in Psychology meta-analysis confirming 3 minutes of morning movement improved executive function 42% for 8 hours, 4 times the duration of a double shot of coffee that crashes after 90 minutes. Sequence matters. Water first to rehydrate cells before blood pumps harder, light second to lock circadian rhythm before cortisol naturally peaks at 7 a.m. Movement third to ride the cortisol wave instead of fighting it, creating a dopamine chain reaction where each habit cues the next like dominoes. Hydration signals safety to the amygdala. Light tells the hypothalamus daytime. Movement convinces the basal ganglia we're alive, and together they sustain focus 4. Times longer than coffee because caffeine merely borrows energy, while this trio manufactures it, proven when Stanford tracked 100 young professionals for 30 days and found the water light movement group reported sustained energy until 3 p.m. versus the coffee-only group crashing by 11 a.m. Make it stick with the 2-minute rule. Keep a filled 16-ounce bottle and salt shaker on the nightstand so the first conscious act is drinking. Position your bed to face east, or place a therapy lamp on a smart plug that auto-activates at wake-up time and cue movement with a 90-second playlist titled Launch that starts the instant the bottle empties. Phone on the floor forces you to stand, song forces motion, and within 7 days, the basal ganglia automates the chain so completely that missing one step feels like forgetting to breathe. Troubleshoot the inevitable resistance. If mornings are pitch black in winter, a sunrise simulation alarm gradually ramps 10,000 lux over 30 minutes while you sleep, tricking the brain into pre-waking. If gym bro energy feels fake, swap jumping jacks for 90 seconds of stretching in sunlight because any elevation above resting heart rate triggers BDNF. If salt tastes gross, use electrolyte packets with natural lemon. Same sodium benefit, 0 grit. High-energy people aren't genetically blessed. They hack neurochemistry with ruthless consistency, and the secret is this 3-step morning dopamine engine. 16 ounces of salted water in 60 seconds, 10 minutes of bright light within 10 minutes of waking, 90 seconds of micro-movement before the playlist ends. that compounds into 4 times the focus, 0 crashes, and a day that starts winning before your inbox even loads. So tonight, fill the bottle, charge the lamp, cue the song, and tomorrow steal the secret that turns snooze button zombies into unstoppable forces.